Enable notifications by ringing the bell.
So have you seen the Ocean's 11 films?
I have. Well, yeah. 12 and 13 as well.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's okay. Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13.
It's weird to say the Ocean's 11.
Okay,
it's like,
have you seen the Ocean's heist films?
Right. Yes.
Okay, that's okay. I should have presented it that way. Okay, so
they keep adding them. It's confusing.
Your opinion?
I don't like to do math when I.
Well, your opinion?
They're fun. I mean, like I wasn't like super into them, but I mean, you know,
well,
I've definitely seen them several times when they come on or whatever. I mean.
Well, for me, I felt the witty dialogue was like one of the biggest draws, and the chemistry between its stars. You know, as much as I can't stand, the pretentiousness of George Clooney and Brad Pitt, and sometimes Matt Damon, I gotta admit, together the chemistry was actually really good.
Yeah, they worked really well together in that.
Oh yeah, and not to mention also Don Cheadle, Carl Reiner. I mean, the list goes on and on. Also Bernie Mac, rest in peace, by the way. I mean, you've got a lot of really talented actors and comedians just like playing off each other really, really well. And for Ocean's 12, okay, I will say this about Ocean's 12. I hope you don't take great offense to this. I thought it was a bad movie. Just joke. You're not one that gets offended. You actually.
Well, I was trying to piece together because that's the one I remember the least.
Oh yeah. It's the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's really the only thing I remember about it. Okay. Oh yeah, and the one that dealt with the fox, the criminal who did the breakdance routine,
the laser trap thing.
Yeah. Which here's the thing. I know breakdancing is like really cool and all that, and I really wish I could have done it when I was younger and thinner, but honestly, there's no way you can beat a randomized laser system with just breakdancing. But he did, apparently.
I mean,
talent is
just that good.
Yeah, talent is talent. And then we had Ocean's 13, which I thought was the redeeming film to like send the series off on a good note, because one, you had the villain being played by Al Pacino, like one of the best actors of all time. And he played such a good asshole in that movie. I mean, such a great jerk. I mean, he played Willie Bank. And then after that, you had one part in it that I'll never forget, the reveal of the official 13th member, which was actually Matt Damon's like dad, Linus, Bobby Caldwell, I believe is his name. Like all of a sudden he rips off Matt Damon's nose in the apartment, and they're taking him up the elevator, and he's just like, your mother would be so disappointed in you right now. And he's just like, could you not right now? Come on, Dad, you have to admit the nose played. She was into me. No, she wasn't into it. It's like Linus, you gonna complain or are we gonna finish the job? It's like, okay. It was so good. I loved it. And then and also, you had Terry Benedict once again. Andy Garcia coming back as Terry Benedict.
That was cool. Like the former antagonist now, kind of
now with them on it. And it's because he doesn't like Willie Bank because Willie Bank's trying to outdo him. Yeah, and he doesn't like that at all.
It's kind of like in like the Fast movies where like, oh no, The Rock is trying to get Dom, and now it's like, oh, now Dom and The Rock are buddies.
Yeah, same thing with Jason Statham. It's just
works.
It's like, hey, Jason Statham just killed.
He was the highlight of that movie.
He was awesome in that one. I loved him. Like in 7 and 8. I mean, in 7 he was such a good villain because you were pissed at him because he killed Han, but then in the 8th film he actually redeems himself and like actually does good, and him and The Rock actually want to do continue doing movies after the Fast series is over, and Vin Diesel's pissed about that. Vin Diesel's mad that that these two are bros now and actually want to continue doing movies after the Fast series is over. And I guarantee he's just like, yeah, the Fast series can't continue without me. It's like they're not going to do the Fast series; they're just going to do their own thing.
Okay, well, they're doing their own thing, then
Yeah, I give full blessing to that because it's more money for them. I mean, if they want to make more money doing action films, it should be on them.
I mean, just have Jason Statham in a harness with a rope attached to it, and The Rock's just like swinging him around as he's like punching and kicking people.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like,
well, you can't forget The Rock's got to be holding a minigun too. Like he's going to be spinning around and like taking out people as Jason Statham's like spinning around behind him. He's like he's like swinging him over his head. Rock's just operating a minigun with one hand.
I'll be really interested to see where this fits in the timeline of our Rock cinematic universe.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that too. But okay, the Ocean's movies were fun, and now there's a new film coming out that's actually getting both a lot of good vibes, but also a bit of heat as well, because people are saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have continued the Ocean franchise without Danny Ocean, without George Clooney." And I'm just like, it's Hollywood. They can pretty much do whatever they want.
Isn't she a sister?
A strange sister, yes. So the Ocean's 8 movie stars Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Rihanna, I believe Mindy Kaling as well, and it's pretty much an all-female like leading cast in this.
It would make sense that in a family of professional thieves, you would burn some bridges and have an estranged sibling that's
of course
as committed to stealing things as you are.
Of course, and there's been some controversy surrounding this film, but I don't know, I might watch it. I might. It depends on. I think my mom wants to go watch it.
Was it like controversy? Like, did they change directors, funding issues?
No funding issues or anything like that. The biggest controversy surrounding it is it's everyone overblowing the whole the 4chan trolls just being like, oh, the whole cast is women, oh, Hollywood, blah blah. It's like, I don't care, and I don't care if it's men or women in the leads, as long as it's a good movie, I'm gonna support it.
I happen to like women.
Me too.
Oh,
but
wait, that's not what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. But no, there's female actors out there that I consider like some of the best actors of all time. Like Meryl Streep, even though I disagree with her on a lot of things.
The Rock. Oh, sorry.
Here we go. So, all right. So the Ocean's 8 film, I believe, is out right now. By the time you're watching this, if it's Friday. So we got the video queued up here. Let's give it a watch and let's see what happens.
Do you know this one?
No.
Debbie Ocean, convicted felon. Her brother, Danny Ocean, more convicted felon. She was present on the night of the incident.
Ooh. So
you want to hit a jewelry store?
not exactly.
A diamond mine.
Yes, that's exactly right. Or
What? The Met.
The Met Gala.
In 3.5 weeks, the Met will be hosting its annual ball, and we are going to rob it. $16.5 million in each of your bank accounts 5 weeks from now.
that's a lot.
They've got every inch of this place covered.
This is the most sophisticated security in the world.
How long did it take you to figure all this out?
5 years, 8 months, and 12 days.
Why do you need to do this?
Because it's what I'm good at.
Okay, everybody, let's get started.
Here we go. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Game on. She's in.
Dear God, that was spectacular. Still the exits.
We prepared for this. We will not be the prime suspect. Wait. Every time you move it, we have to start from scratch.
What'd you do?
I turn it on.
Okay, so I will say this: they've definitely got the energy. They've got the dialogue down pretty good. The guy who's writing and directing this, Gary Ross, I've actually seen a lot of his films, and he's actually a really good director. So it looks like everybody's going all in on this too. I mean, looks like Cate Blanchett and Sandra Bullock are both like they're the Danny and the Rusty of this one. They're the They're the George Clooney and Brad Pitt, parables. But then you got Rihanna, and you got Mindy Kaling, and you've got Sarah Paulson, and you've got Helena Bonham Carter, which I'd forgotten that Helena Bonham Carter was in this.
I mean, nobody take this the wrong way. I really don't mean anything by it. Helena Bonham Carter is kind of odd.
Keep in mind, she was in a 20-plus year relationship with Tim Burton.
So it's justified. I don't really don't mean anything by it. She just has a very, I don't know how to put it in words. It's just she has this odd thing.
Well, she's got an aura about her that's just a bit, that to you is a bit odd.
Like I don't know, I don't know how to read her. I mean, because I've seen her in a bunch of stuff, but
I think she's a great actress. I mean, I've seen her play like, because in a lot of films she's often cast as the oddball out, like the ultra socially awkward and all this and all that. But then all of a sudden, in some films it's flipped. Case in point, I forget which one it was. It was her and Michael Keaton. They were in. They were news reporters in Baghdad during the assault on Baghdad in 1991. Like when the night was just like ablaze with like anti-aircraft guns and everything, and they were there, and she played the straight-laced one in that, and I saw her in that, and I was just like, that's weird, because the other movie I saw her in before that was Fight Club, where she played the strung-out Marla Singer, who honestly was about 2 shades of white off from being dead. I mean, honestly, she was so white in that.
I honestly feel like this is the only way I can put my finger on it. Like how I feel about her is every one of her roles, it's like she's still Bellatrix Lestrange, just fitting into the Muggle world somehow in disguise. That's kind of how I feel.
I could see that, actually. No, I like that.
That's like the vibe I get. She's just undercover Bellatrix all the time.
I like that, actually. That's actually pretty damn funny.
I mean, so yeah, I don't mean anything by that saying she's odd. I mean, because everybody's a little odd.
Yeah, dude. Everybody is odd. But at the end of the day, I mean, like she's doing what she wants, and she's having fun. So what's the problem?
Yeah, she's being quite successful. I just can't really put my finger on that.
Oh, that's fine.
Her brand.
Well, she's got her own brand, and I ain't gonna lie, she has fun. And jeez Louise. Okay. So on top of Helena Bonham Carter, you've got Rihanna, who's branching more out into being an actress and everything. You also have Mindy Kaling, who started out as a comedian, and now she's okay. Aziz Ansari, aka Tom from Parks and Rec.
Yep.
She's kind of the parable to Aziz Ansari in a lot of ways. They both talk about a lot of the similar subjects. However, where Aziz Ansari gives a male perspective on things, Mindy Kaling gives a female perspective on things, and they're both very funny. And you see a lot of like Bernie Mac. I think in this film she might be playing the Bernie Mac of the group. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, but
I hope that it's not too literal of equivalence.
Oh, no. I don't think it's going to be like a full carbon copy. Like they're gonna like regurgitate the same kind of dialogue. Instead, I think everybody's got a role to play in the heist. You have the brains, or you have, in this case, you have both, 2 sets of brains. You have Sandra Bullock and Cate Blanchett, who are the masterminds behind the operation.
Well, to be fair, they were all really darn smart in the other Oceans.
Oh yeah, they were all very, very intuitive.
There was always like a tech person or whatever.
Well, Livingston Dell was the tech person. They
were all really stinking smart.
Yeah, you had your demo guy, which was Don Cheadle. Mm-hmm. You had your.
But to like operate one of those like tunnel drills, like you have to be like highly skilled engineer. I mean, that's beyond normal demo work.
Well, yeah. Not only that, but you also had the Bash. You also had the twin or the brothers. Mm-hmm. Casey Affleck and Scott Conn.
Those guys were hilarious.
Yeah, the Malloy brothers.
They started the revolution at that factory in Mexico.
Yeah, and not only that, but they also they were off the job for so long they were trying to kill time, and they were getting involved in one driving like a miniature, like souped up RC car, and the other one driving a souped up Bronco. It's just like it's like the one guy gets so mad that the RC car is almost beating him. He swerves over and takes out the RC car just for the hell of it. Didn't have to, but he did anyway. Wow. And you see those two right there. I think they're I think they're part of in heist scenarios. I've heard like the chameleon, the ones who can blend in, the ones who can play parts, and like in the other Ocean films, they were like the ones who went in and like helped with the scouting and everything because they could act as the distraction and they could also act out parts themselves. Like for instance, one of them in Ocean's 11, like probably one of my favorite exchanges of dialogue, they bump into one another. One's got a set of balloons that goes up and blocks a security camera, and he's like, sorry there, pal. It's like, I ain't your pal, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, jackass. It's like it just kept building, and they kept arguing, and it was so good. And you see, everyone's got a part to play in this, and I think you're going to have your tech. The tech person obviously in this is going to be Rihanna. Nine Ball. I believe that's her character's name. And then you had Helena Bonham Carter, who I think is going to be like one of the. I think she's going to be one of the one of the people who can go in and adapt easy and just like be a distraction. And I'm wondering if Anne Hathaway is going to be in on it.
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed that she was like the Mark.
Oh, she's the Mark. It's just I think she's going to be in on it as well. She might. I mean, she may very well be playing dumb. I don't know. Or she may be the Terry Benedict of this story.
Right.
Where she gets robbed, and then if this one's successful, if they make another one, she'll be like the antagonist, like continued antagonist, or she'll want to join in and like learn from Sandra Bullock on how to heist. I mean, there's a lot of ways they can go with this, but needless to say, it looks good. Looks good. I could see this being successful. From what I hear, actually, the reviews are actually pretty good. It's like got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't bad. It's not bad at all. So, all right. Well, that's gonna do it. So, if you all want to see this film, let us know in the comments down below. And if you are interested in seeing more of us, there's a link to our Discord, a link to our Patreon. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you later. Peace out.